Hello and welcome. This is a pick a card reading. What comes next? So we've got three piles here. Pile number 1 is a hagstone. Pile number 2 is an amethyst. And pile number 3 is a clear quartz crystal. So please take a moment, allow your heart to be pulled to the stone which calls to you. And then we'll begin. Please pause the video if you need. We're going to start with pile number 1. So pile number 1 is actually a hagstone and a bit of quartz to prop it up. This stone was collected at a beach by my mother, who adored these stones before she even knew about their connection with mythology and with spiritual traditions. The hagstone indicates that there is a way through anything. Also divine feminine energy. So the first card we get out is the Lady of the Harvest. I get the feeling that people who chose this pile have been working at something very, very hard. And now they're coming into a time of joy, a time of rejoicing, a time of being together with others, and a time to reap what you've sown. Very positive energy so far. For tarot cards, we get out... Yeah, speaking of a time of rejoicing, speaking of a time of feeling good, what I'm seeing here is that we have another divine feminine influence here. The Empress is here. So this speaks of increase, of abundance, of pure growth, pure... Oh, do you know, this is one of my clarifying cards that snuck in to masquerade as one of... Oh, that's interesting. It must be the way it was supposed to be. So, for the initial cards, we get the Empress and the Three of Cups. Three of Cups, again, representing a time of coming together and rejoicing. This is one of the clarifiers. Let's get out the others. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that the clarifiers are mainly about a past energy. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of indication of hard work, a lot of indication of things that didn't work out or go the way that you wanted them. We're seeing here those same 3 cups. They were tipped over, they were knocked over, they were not filled. But perhaps you went through a time where you really saw all that you had left. You saw that 2 of Cups that was still upright. And you went deep within in this energy. You really learned more about your emotions and your emotional fulfillment. You moved away from more tumultuous times. You moved toward times of abundance. And you did so with great speed and great confidence. Please forgive my cell phone. So in that, I believe you did come into this goddess energy. So yeah, this tells me that what comes next for you, abundance, joy, community, togetherness. And what else? Be assertive. So this is our angel answer card for this pile. Be assertive tells me, again, you've done the work. You've put out the effort. That has already happened. And now is the time for you to stand in your power. Be confident about all that you've done. Be confident about all that you've gone through, and be ready to reap the rewards. And the rewards are going to be complete confidence, growth, security in your accomplishments, but also connection and celebration from those around you. Yeah. You should feel confident about that. You should feel right to be assertive. So that's pile number 1. Congratulations. I know that it was not without a lot of effort. So much respect for pile number 1. Here is pile number 2 next. Pile number 2 is next to tell us what comes next. First of all, the Brian Froud Fairy Oracle card. We have He of the Fiery Sword. So He of the Fiery Sword is divine masculine energy. It is the divine masculine energy. Oh gee, my cell phone went off during pile number 1 too. I apologize. I should have switched it off if I'd thought. So you might have a masculine energy coming into this situation, perhaps as a father figure or as a romantic partner. Perhaps you're embodying your own masculine energy, whatever that means to you. He of the Fiery Sword also speaks to me of Archangel Michael. You might be the beneficiary of some angelic influence here, and that's a beautiful thing. Oh, and that might come after a time of feeling trapped by something. So yes, let's talk about it. What I see here is that there is an energy where perhaps vices were at play, perhaps there was toxicity, either in your own life, in what you were doing, or in a relationship, or someone around you. What I'm seeing here, though, is, something really extraordinary. You are in your Queen of Swords energy, and the Queen of Swords is not afraid to cut out what no longer serves her. I have the feeling that this fiery sword, it will break right through those chains. So what comes next for you? The breaking of chains. And what does that bring about after it? A beautiful and abundant new beginning. So especially perhaps if this addiction, this toxic energy that is here was something that, and I don't want to say toxic in a judgmental way, these people chose to have these chains around them. There might have been some enjoyment. I don't want to stand and say that any decisions that anyone made were wrong, but perhaps they weren't serving you. You're no longer trapped by them if you ever were before. You're no longer feeling like you can't break those chains. You can. You can cut yourself right out of the situation, and any instability that was the result of that situation, it's going away because you've got a beautiful new start here with the Ace of Pentacles. So let's clarify this. Okay. You know, he came out in the reverse. Often I don't read reversals. This time I do. This time I really do. So what this tells me is that perhaps there was some toxicity in a person surrounding this relationship, surrounding this situation. That person might come in with a message of stability. This message might actually take you by surprise. You might say to yourself, I didn't think that they were going to be as together as this. I didn't think they were going to be able to come forward as a stable energy. What I'm sensing in this Nine of Cups is not only wish fulfillment, but also perhaps if someone was perhaps under the influence of a toxic behavior, maybe drinking, maybe too much wish fulfillment, too much of the quick and easy means of feeling good, this person's kind of tired of it. Look at him feeling satiated, but also, not euphoric. He doesn't look like he's ready to pick up another 9 cups. And this person might have realized, after being in this 5 of Swords energy, the 5 of Swords always speaks to me of someone who got something that they wanted, something that they were fighting for, something that they something that was very important to them in the past, maybe seeking out some sort of vice or drug, but then they got it and it wasn't all that they wanted. I think that's why he's in the reverse. I think someone in this situation realizes that what they thought was a guilty pleasure, the best thing that could happen to them, they're seeing now that's not really the case. And whether this is you or someone else, there is strength within this situation to cut through any chains that bind and begin a new beginning of stability. Bring forth a new beginning of stability. So there's a lot of strength here after a time of, I don't want to say weakness, after a time of giving yourself permission, giving in to things that, again, in retrospect, may not actually have served you. And the angel answer we get is ask for help from others. The energy that I'm getting here is that If this is someone else in the situation who's involved in this toxic behavior, I feel like they might be coming forth and they might be asking for help from you because they see your strength, they know your spiritual power, and they're going to ask for your help in establishing some stability, perhaps. Now, if they are in a toxic cycle, if they are in addiction, that is not something that another person can ever solve for them. I truly believe all of the addressing of the situation, all of the healing needs to come absolutely from within us. But asking for help and support from your community is one of the healthiest things that can be done, and I have the feeling that someone in this situation is ready to do that. So that's a beautiful thing. I see a lot of healing here and a lot of breaking of chains. Again, beautiful energy. Amazing. Breaking chains is a heroic act. Ending an addictive or abusive cycle is the only thing that heals the world and moves it forward. Bless you. So we move along to pile number 3. So for starters, we have the angel answer, the Brian Froud Fairy Oracle card of Gotcha. Gotcha means seeing something we didn't see before, or being seen when we weren't seen before. So this might mean catching someone out at something. Here though, I'm getting the feeling that there's a playful energy. I almost get a peekaboo energy about this. Let's keep going though. So we have the 4 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Cups. Okay, yes, this all makes sense. So the 4 of Cups, in the traditional Rider-Waite, we see a man who's sitting and glowering at 3 cups, being offered a fairy gift of a cup, as though from clouds, as though from heaven, and he's not accepting it. The 9 of Swords is worry. It's that sword of being up at 3 a.m., head in hands, stressing. I feel like this is what was being presented to you in a situation, or what you were trying to present. I get more the feeling, though, that it was being presented to you. Someone was trying to show you that they didn't want something, but internally they were worried about it. They're ready to be seen. They're ready to allow the situation to become more truthful, and that's leading to a wish fulfillment energy. Let's get some clarifiers on this. Okay, so we've got the 2 of Pentacles. There's going to be balance brought back to a situation. The Ace of Swords, there is a truth ready to be seen here, ready to be expressed. So something that was hidden before, coming right out here. I'm noticing too, we've got the one, the Ace of Swords that completes with the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Swords. So some situation that may have been painful in the past, it's ready to end. We are ready to start over at the beginning. I also think of the fact that in the 9 of Swords, the person has their head in their hands. Now we've got the crown being illuminated, being pierced, being opened up by this sword of truth that comes in, this idea. Oh wow. And the sun. We have here the sun. So this is a really extraordinary reading. Talk about things being brought to light. The sun is all that energy and more. It is also, of course, the ultimate wish fulfillment, the major arcana version of the 9 of Cups. So something that I believe was hidden, someone tried to hide it, someone tried to deny it. They were stressed about it, but it's being seen here now. It's being seen. Something that maybe someone was trying to juggle, or maybe something that was out of balance, is ready to put in balance by a truth. And this truth brings about wish fulfillment. It brings about ultimate joy and happiness. Let's get the angel answer on this. The angel answer is reconsider. So that makes total sense. If a situation or a person has been presented to you in a way that has left you feeling like there's some truth unspoken, in a way that leaves you feeling that something is counterfeit, something is not real here, something is not right here, trust your intuition. Look at the way the intuition is lit up here. Know that there is a deeper truth within the situation. These swords are almost united here in this reading. And yeah, reconsider the way that you have assessed the situation previously. Look again, because there's a deeper truth here. And that deeper truth brings about joy, brings about a wish fulfillment. Beautiful reading. So thank you so much. And I wish you all the very, very best in what comes next. Have a great day.